Welcome back to Rippin' for Rutschmans. I got a video recapping the free agency carousel. A lot of players on new teams. We just had the NFL schedule drop on Thursday, so I'll show you some cards and see where's how it's all shaken out so far. But first, Terrell, Suggs out of 250 autograph, 59 out of 250. You see this certification there. We got Ray Lewis Legends. We got Haloti Ngata from Fleer out of 1,150. Number, was that 50? 419. Anyway, wanted to break out the Haloti because Lamar, he's got a new protector. Just reminds me of Haloti Ngata, Vega Ione out of Penn State. Excited for him. And then also we picked up Vega's teammate, which is, I believe, Daryl Dawkins' son or grandson. Hopefully he'll make the team as an undrafted free agent, as a center. But anyway, I've got, just celebrated a birthday. My wife, thank you to her. She got me some awesome Ravens cards. This is it's a 2020 score, Derrick Henry, with a jersey piece there, commemorating, I believe, when they the Titans, I guess, destroyed the Derrick Henry rushed for 182 yards against the Patriots in the playoffs. I guess the Pats were the sixth best rush defense at the time. But you can see, the authentication there, actual player worn. And then she got me this Zay Flowers autograph. So very cool from Panini. I guess maybe that's a significant signature. I'm not sure, but look at the shine. I love it. Zay Flowers just crashed a wedding in Baltimore for the announcement of the NFL schedule, the Ravens schedule. We're playing the NFC South, AFC South. Let me know who you guys are playing, who your teams are playing, what you think of your team's moves in free agency and the draft so far. And I'm pumped. Also, the Ravens brought back Calais Campbell, 6'8", still, sacking quarterbacks. Love it. And then we've got, it's going to be interesting. Will Davonta Walker, will he continue to develop? Most of the passes that he catches are touchdowns. So, love to see him. It was fun seeing Mark Ingram at the draft, trolling the Steelers. There's a press proof card of Mark Ingram. Loved that. And see what happens with Mark Andrews, because now Isaiah Likely and Charlie Kolar aren't there, but we did draft Josh Cuevas out of Alabama, and I can't remember the other guy's name out of SMU, but he looks really great too. So got another three-pronged tight end attack. So excited about that. So, that's, the Ravens so far. And of course, in the news, and we touched on the Patriots a little bit. Well, here's Drake Maye rookie card, a little throwback, I think 2013 score or something like that. I think they went O-line, but the coach was saying, hey, he's not having any action with the wife, so he would chop off his ting ting walla walla bing bang for a Super Bowl. He didn't get the Super Bowl, but he ended up getting with Diana Rossini. So it's going to be very interesting to see what happens with the Patriots. Will they have the coach? What's going to happen there? And now, will Mike Vrabel be able to maybe concentrate now that he, I don't know, had a little action? We shall see how that shakes out for the Pats. Also, in the NFL, it was either last year or the year before, Josh Allen won MVP, but in the spirit of diversity, equity, and inclusion, the other, Roger Goodell, is saying, hey, you know what, there's another Josh Allen, so we need to also make him the MVP. Not taking anything away from Josh Allen, because he's a great player. But just saying, in the spirit of DEI, I just think that, Roger Goodell should, come on, help this Josh Allen out. Get him a little more notoriety if you're really, going there, if you're going to be shoving that down our throats nonstop. And by the way, in my opinion, DEI is just a bunch of reverse racism. I think in this country, we've come a long way, and we all know how to treat each other with respect and not discriminate against one another. And we should just be good to each other and treat each other fairly and equally. We don't need to be, you know, hammered about that nonstop, especially during a football game. You know. Anyway, that's just me. So I'll get off the soapbox here, and I'll show some more cards. So, not too much on the Packers front. Jordan Love, you know, because the Packers, like the Ravens, they like to do the, compensatory pick game. So they'll lose draft picks, they don't sign a lot of guys, and then they get more draft picks. So pretty smart how they do it. But there's a Jordan Love Z team. They did, I believe, re-sign Romeo Doubs to a long-term deal. And then they've, of course, got Matthew Golden. So I think, he's a great receiver. So we'll see how he shakes out for them. And then for the Saints, shout out pick 6 cards, Travis Etienne. He is now their leading guy. Looks like, I don't know what they're going to do with, I can't think of his name, Kumara. Or was it Kumar? I can't think of the guy's name. Anyway, he's always, but now Travis Etienne. And of course, the Dolphins, they went ahead and inked Devin Achane. So, good for them. They lost Tua. And now Tua is going to be with the Falcons against, fighting against Michael Penix, I guess, for the starting job over there. And I'm not sure what the Cardinals are doing because they already have James Conner. Got Marvin Harrison. They've got a great tight end as well that they drafted last year. Then they went and signed Tyler Algier. So you already have Tyler Algier. You got James Conner, but then you go and you sign, you draft a running back number 3, who, he's probably the best running back in the draft. But are they going to use him as an offensive weapon, where he's just more of a receiver? What are they going to do? I'm not sure. Now, speaking of Cardinals, will it be, not Cardinals, but, you'll see in a second. We'll move to the Vikings. Shout out, comment to collector. Will J.J. McCarthy get the starting job, or former Cardinal Kyler Murray, will he be the winning ticket for the Vikings? We shall see. Will he be elite for the Vikings? Which one of those guys is going to be throwing passes, touchdowns to this guy, Justin Jefferson? Speaking of touchdowns, the Cowboys ended up holding on to George Pickens. So here's a George Pickens jersey rookie, and that's out of 50. Won this from a YouTuber, so pretty cool. And then, CeeDee Lamb. So Dak Prescott still has a great receiving core. Now, I'm not really sure what to make of the Steelers because you've got Aaron Rodgers keeps saying he's going to come back. He doesn't come back. He's dragging him along. The Steelers are probably saying, dude, you got this guy to throw to, DK Metcalf. You would think that'd be enough to make you want to come back. But we went and signed this guy, Michael Pittman, great receiver for the Colts. Thankfully, now we don't have to face him with the Colts, although we have to face him in DK Metcalf with the Steelers twice. So, not really sure, Aaron Rodgers, if he's going to come back or not, but they did like a franchise or something where a team has to give them a draft pick if they do end up signing Aaron Rodgers. So, we'll see what happens there. We know in New York, the Jets, it's going to be Geno Smith coming back, making, maybe making the touchdown throws to Garrett Wilson. And then also now to, Kenyon Sadiq, the guy out of really good tight end out of Oregon. And then John Harbaugh, of course, not the coach of the Ravens anymore. He brought Charlie Kolar along with him to the Giants. So we'll see how he does, along with Isaiah Likely. I couldn't find my Isaiah Likely's. And then when will the Giants get back Malik Neighbors? Is he going to be ready in time? This guy, Matthew Stafford, he got the call that they were going to draft a rookie quarterback. And I guess he was okay with it. I was okay with it because it allowed the Ravens to draft Vega Ione. So thank you, Rams. Will Jayden Daniels bounce back? Will he be throwing passes too? What's that crazy guy's name? I can't think of his name. Brandon Ayuk. I think he's like gets a lot of speeding tickets or something. But anyway, Jayden Daniels, Scary Terry. And then if you got Brandon Ayuk in the mix, that would be, pretty good. I think they also have Deebo Samuel. So, yeah, we'll see what happens. Can he bounce back and do it? We'll see. Shout out Rob Cash Cards. We got Boy Mayfield. He went over to the Bengals. I think the Bengals got a good trade with the Giants as well. They got a good pass rusher. Of course, the Ravens took Trey Hendrickson. But, Bengals going to be improving that defense. The 49ers got Brock Purdy some help by signing Mike Evans. So that'll be pretty tough when Mike Evans is there along with George Kittle when he's healthy. So that's what's happening over there. What's crazy, the Seahawks did not re-sign Kenneth Walker, although they drafted a running back, and they're going to bring in, and they've got the other guy, I can't think of his name, Charbonnet. So, but this guy, Kenneth Walker III, going to the Chiefs. Love that extra points parallel. And, of course, Travis Kelce coming back. So, and the Chiefs drafted a cornerback. Shout out Hobby Brigade. Oh, yeah, and here's what do you call it? Oh, yeah, Joe Burrow. What's it called? The guy, DeAndre Hopkins, he's wanting to come over and get passes from him. So we'll see if DeAndre Hopkins comes over to the Bengals. I had my DeAndre card around here somewhere. I don't know where I put it. This place is a mess. Anyway, oh, there he is right there. So maybe we'll see what happens there. The Ravens drafted 2 new receivers. Jacoby Lane out of USC, 6'4", 200. And then I think it's C.J. Starrett out of Indiana, the national champions. So I guess we won't be, re-signing DeAndre. You never know, though. We'll see. And then speaking of former Ravens, this guy, Odafe Owe, went to the Commanders. So forgot about him when it comes to, Jayden Daniels. And the Colts signed Alec Pierce to a long-term deal. So good for him. Great player. The Eagles probably going to be getting rid of A.J. Brown. They did bring in Andy Dalton as a backup. Just showing that because this is a honeycomb. Super rare. But it's all about Jalen Hurts over there. And he'll be throwing to Davonta Smith. Little green parallel on that. And then now Hollywood Brown. Whoops. Jersey relic right there. Rookie. And looking like the guy from the Eagles. Yeah, what's his name? I can't think of his name. Anyway, maybe I just said it, A.J. Brown. Anyway, yeah. So he was the guy who was interesting. Maybe Mike Vrabel and the Patriots were, tampering with A.J. Brown and the Eagles because that Diana Rossini, she was also reporting on A.J. Brown and the Eagles and how he's not happy. And now he's likely to sign with the Patriots. So kind of interesting how that works out. Maybe the Eagles will get compensated or something like that. We'll see. Raiders. Going to be interesting how the run game now. I mean, you got this guy here. They got Clint Kubiak, his dad, Gary Kubiak, fantastic run coach. So we got Ashton, Jeanty. I just picked these up. Stadium Club. Is that premier level? Optic. I can't believe how much packs of Optic are going for. It's insane. And then we got primary colors here. Ashton, Jeanty. So pretty cool. And they, of course, got Fernando Mendoza? I think Fernando Mendoza, yeah. So he'll also be not only working with Jeanty, but this guy. And this is out of $2.99. Brock Bowers right there. Check out the shine on that. So that AFC West going to be a tough division. Shout out Andy's Attic. And, the Cowboys and the Ravens playing in Brazil. A while ago, I also picked up these. This is, was it Mike Renfro? No, Mel Renfro. I'm getting my M's mixed up. So I got that. That was a cool refractor. Emmitt Smith, very cool. And then Daren Woodson, and the Cowboys made a good draft pick. It looks like Ohio State, really good safety out of there. So they'll be tough. So yeah, interesting that we're playing the Cowboys, but I think it's like, anyway, one team from the NFC East. Doesn't matter, whatever. So, but it'll be cool to see the Ravens in Brazil against a tough Cowboys team. And then the Lions. We got Jamhyr, Gibbs. He now, instead of David Montgomery, going to be joined by Isaiah Pacheco. So that's pretty much everything that I've got for you on the NFL free agency front. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching.